Happy Thursday, San Diego, California, the United States of America. Tammy Dean coming at you, SD Real Estate Diva. And I am super, super happy for a variety of reasons. Today's Thursday, May 13th, I think it is. 14th? I don't recall. It's May, the second week of May. And the last time we came at you, we were blessed to have my guest, Martin Correa, on with me, talking everything from real estate to life and anything else in between. Shared a little bit of champagne, but then again, why wouldn't we? Previous to that, on episode 3, I had shared briefly about some health changes that were taking place with me. So I kind of want to jump on here today and just kind of bring everybody up to speed on a couple things. I have had the surgery. I cannot express to you guys how immediately I experienced relief with all of the breast implant illness symptoms that I had experienced for the 15 years that I couldn't explain. So as it turns out, the implants were 28 years old, not 23. And yeah, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made regarding my health, to have them removed. And I am happy to say that I can breathe again. I don't have that brain fog, my joints, my muscles, nothing aches. The headaches are gone. All of these symptoms that I experienced and have had are gone. Now, does that mean it was a quick fix? Yes and no. Yes, that the symptoms have subsided and have been resolved. No, in the fact that, it's going to take some time to detox from, what's been in my body for the last 28 years. So I'm super excited. I can't even tell you guys how blessed I am to have health, to have the opportunity to get on here and talk about what it is that I've been going through. I will continue to update everybody as I go along this journey. But it's real. The heal is real. And I cannot tell you how much better I feel, how much better my life is. And I look forward to continuing along this path of health and wellness. So that's that. I also want to jump on here and talk a little bit about some things that just took place literally before going live on this podcast. And that is the California Association of Realtors are now allowing us to do open houses. Hallelujah. Thank you, baby Jesus. I'm so excited about that. I'm sure all of my real estate colleague, friends, and real estate professionals share the same sentiment. Although I will say that it kind of makes you stop and think about the importance of open houses, because through the last year, this pandemic has allowed the real estate industry to pivot, and we have had to adjust to the changes in that we were deemed essential, but we could not do open houses for the obvious reasons. And now that we have done extremely well in the business, because it is a seller's market, the question that I will pose is, how significant will these open houses be now that we can do them? Are they no longer needed? Are they a welcome change? Are they something that we've learned to live without? So all of these questions are kind of going through my mind, as they are, I'm sure, a lot of real estate professionals' minds. Yes, it's fantastic, because what does that say? That we're getting back to normal, right? And I know all of us this last year have just kind of pivoted, we've adjusted, we've made some changes. We've had to adapt to life as we knew it and life as we know it. And that is, we couldn't do open houses. But now that we can, I'm very curious to see how this is going to change everything. I know before the pandemic, I was super busy. With the pandemic, I became even busier. So with that in mind, stay tuned for that. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of interesting things take place with regards to open houses. So that's that. I also want to kind of jump on here and share with everybody a little bit about my project Moving On. For those of you who are just tuning in, make sure you go to YouTube. We'll have the information linked down below. Everything that I do, all of my projects, all of my podcasts, everything is housed on my YouTube channel. And again, we'll have that information for you to check out here in the podcast. But if you also go to my Instagram page, sdrealestate.diva, click on the link in my bio. That will give you access to all of the platforms where any of my projects are housed, so you can gain a better understanding about what Moving On is. Moving On is a series that was created years ago that I'm just recently, this last year, dedicating all of my time and energy to. And Moving On is essentially a series where I document the journey of individuals who are moving on from one chapter to the next in their life. Whether you've gone through a divorce, because I've gone through two, and you're purchasing a home or you're selling your home and you're not quite sure how to navigate through that process, or if you're an empty nester and you're going from a large house and you're downsizing and you want to sell that house and go and get into a smaller house, or if you're going from renting to buying, right? You're going from renting to home ownership and you're just not sure how to navigate the process. Moving On is an original series that documents that journey. For those of you that I work with, is it required of you to be featured on the series? No, it isn't. But you have access to a team of us who will help you through this process. And I'm talking about a team of lenders, escrow, title. I have a team of architects, general contractors, if you find a home that requires some sort of remodeling, whether it's minor or major. So we have a whole team that helps you through this process. And more importantly, it's for you, the buyer or the seller, to know that not only do you have a real estate agent in your corner that will fight for you, but you have an advocate. And that is one thing that I have definitely prided myself on, and that is I'm not just your real estate agent. I am somebody who will fight for you deep in the trenches. And it's about principle with me. And the relationship does not end at the end of the transaction. It is lifelong with me. So Moving On is about that. Taking your journey, featuring it if you're chosen. And at the end of the day, you can look back on this and have a keepsake, right? Where we journey together, where we take before and after photos. We have footage of your journey, whether it's a remodel or you're buying the home for the first time. So that's where Moving On, or I should say that's how Moving On was born, right? Because I'd gone through two divorces and I was completely lost, and I wanted to make a commitment to myself under contract to help those who needed help, really needed help. So that's what Moving On is about. And we are gearing up to shoot episode 4. All of those episodes, all of those projects, again, are featured on my YouTube channel. And my goal is to probably do another 4 or 5 episodes of the series. And then I'm pitching it to Netflix and Hulu. Because through the pandemic, we have had some feel-good stories. And I really think that with everything that's been going on in the world today, I think what we as a country, as a society are craving is a feel-good story, right? That's out of all of this dust, that there's beauty in all of this, and that there is truly beauty in your ashes when you're going through it. You may not see it, may not look like it, but there is. So Moving On is that project. It's near and dear to my heart. I'm super excited about where it's going. All of the episodes are out, again, on YouTube. We're working on episode 4. Episode 5 is in the works, and episode 6 as well. So having said that, I get asked a lot of questions about what drives me, what fuels me, why do I do what I do? And one of the reasons why we chose Under Contract as the name of this podcast is because it covers everything. And the commitments that I make are very personal, whether it's a personal commitment or a professional commitment or both. And when I set out to do something, I'm going to do it. And I know right now it's so easy with everything going on in the world. There are so many voices in our head telling us what we should do, what we need to do, what we have to do. And we get confused in all of the mire, right? We get confused in all of the chatter. I like to call it the committee because they talk all the time, right? And the best thing that we could ever do for ourselves in life, in terms of honoring commitments for ourselves in personal and in business, is to make a decision about something that you're faced with. And if it's going to be for the betterment of you and those around you, then you know you're on the right track. If it's something that you feel looks good on the outside, other people would perceive you as being successful, perceive you as being a certain way, it's probably not the best decision to make, simply because you're not making it authentically. You're making it based on what other people are expecting of you. So what I've been experiencing through my surgery, through the growth of Moving On, and through real estate, it's all transcending into one big bubble, right? And that bubble is, as long as you stay true to yourself, as long as you are guided and directed by your authenticity and transparency, you'll always win. You'll never come out on the short end of this. You'll always win. And at the end of the day, if you're making a difference in somebody else's life, then your job is done. That's it. My mom told me once very early in life, and those of you who know me hear this often, you can either be a faucet or a drain in life. And if you're a drain in life, you don't need it. Because obviously, what does that mean? It's taking from you, right? It's sucking you of your energy, sucking you of your time. But if you're a faucet, you're adding to someone's life. You're adding value to what it is you're doing. So choose wisely, right? So all of these projects that I do and participate in, all of the guests that I have, they're faucets because they're adding to the experience. They're adding to the existence. They're adding to life, and they're not taking away from it. Now, do I take away from situations? Absolutely. I call those lessons. I call those experiences where I can learn from something and share it with everybody. So really more than anything, I wanted to kind of get on here and kind of update everybody with a couple of things. Moving on is moving forward. We are super excited. We've got a whole docket of filming coming up. If you're interested in being featured on this series, reach out to me. I'm always taking submissions. If you're in the San Diego area or even in Riverside County, wherever you might be, I'm always taking submissions. Go to partingofthewaystv.com. You can check us out on Instagram, check us out on YouTube, submit your submission. I'll take a look at it. It's really about the compelling story behind you and your experience that helps me understand how I can help you. And I am wired to help, so if I can help, I will. I'm healthy. I'm happy. Thank you to all of you who have reached out to me. I can't tell you how I'm grateful for that. And at the end of the day, let's go make a difference in somebody's life. Have a fantastic Thursday, you guys. Happy birthday month to me. Yes, it's a birthday month. I'm healthy, I'm happy, and peace out.